Tuesday morning. It is November the 29th. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and hopefully get your day started off not just on an educated note, but perhaps with a smile on your face. That's always a good thing, right? I hope you're having a great start to the day. Top two things that we are monitoring today. First off, it feels so nice, doesn't it? It's that crisp morning that we've been waiting for, though it's not sticking around. Yeah, things are getting warmer, and we've got you covered every step of the way. We're going to be chatting all about our local forecast and beyond, because there's actually some pretty inclement stuff that's about to happen just outside of our area. And I want to make sure if you've got friends or family up there that they're well aware of things. But first, let's start off with just how beautiful things are in our neighborhood. There's downtown Orlando, blue sky, much prettier than when I was with you on West 2 News Sunrise yesterday morning. It is gorgeous. The skies are blue. The temperatures are nice and cool. Really lovely stuff. Here's a look at temperatures around. 62 degrees in Orlando right now. We are in the 50s for the Villages. The 50s for Titusville. Good morning to you, Merritt Island. How are you? 57 degrees Daytona Beach. 55 degrees in Palm Coast. And about 62 degrees back over to Melbourne. So it looks great. It feels great. Our first warning, Doppler radar. Live sweeping. Not seeing anything whatsoever. So let's talk about things, shall we? Today, 66 degrees, our 9 o'clock temperature, 73, our 11 o'clock temperature. Little by little by little, things are going to be going up. 77 by 1 o'clock, 81, our high temperature on the day today. Partly cloudy skies, winds out of the west running 10 to 15 miles an hour. It will be a beautiful day. But you notice, while it is a little cooler this morning, we are looking at warmer temperatures by this afternoon. Here's a look. Yesterday, we hit 78 for a high temperature in Orlando. Today, 81. It's still very comfortable. It's just not quite as low as it was. What are you going to do? 81 degrees in Orlando. So upper 70s, lower 80s across all of Central Florida. Lovely forecast, just a little warmer. And that trend does continue looking ahead to tonight, looking ahead to tomorrow. So yeah, all of your outdoor plans, just fine. You want to go play some golf today? A little breezy for our afternoon rounds. Otherwise, it's perfect, right? 75 for the morning round, 81 through the afternoon. Yeah, here's Futurecast just to be on the same page, okay? 8 o'clock, looking good. Let's go. 11, 12 o'clock, looking good. Let's go. 2 o'clock, fine. 4 o'clock, giddy up. 6, 6:30, looking good. And all the way through tonight, we're looking just fantastic. So forecast today, good stuff. A quiet weather pattern across Central Florida. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns? We can, of course, there's more diving to go and do, but yeah. Let's see. Anne-Marie, happy Tuesday to you. Good morning. Terry, good Tuesday morning. How are ya? Jamie over on YouTube, good morning to you. Paul on Facebook, good morning. My brother Frank, good morning to you, buddy. How are ya? Julie, Nikki, good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing well. Carla, Beverly, Kenneth, good morning, good morning. Kathy says sharing is caring. That's not silly. That's not silly. Jeannie's asking about Christmas weather. So we looked at this a couple of days ago. There's going to be a front. Let me scoot the chair. There's going to be a front in the area. The question is going to be, does it come through before, during, or after Christmas? And the timing of this is a little frustrating because it's literally going to be in that window, in that envelope. So it may be a tough one, but there's going to be a cold front in the area. You know what I love about hearing the trash truck outside is knowing that I did it this time. That's where I'm at. Rocky Boulder, good morning to you. How are you? Rosebud launch tonight. There is a launch tonight. Let's chat about that. It's going to be an early launch. Yeah. Tomorrow morning, technically, if you want to be all fancy about it, 3:39 a.m. Okay, 90% chance of good weather. The thing about this launch is that while, yes, it's going to be 3:39 in the morning, there's also a return to landing zone 1 here, okay? SpaceX tweeted this out last night. About 8.5 minutes after liftoff, the first stage is coming back, and that means sonic booms. That means a lot of folks are going to be waking up and listening to the noise. Or waking up like, what's going on? So tomorrow morning, just know this. You're going to be in the know because we're talking about this. But your neighbor is going to post on the neighbor app and the Facebook like, what's going on, y'all? And you're going to be like, I heard that there's sonic booms because there's a rocket launch. It's not going to be the X-37B. That puppy already came back. Yeah. Crystal, good morning to you. So yeah, it looks good for the launch. The forecast looking fantastic for the launch, as a matter of fact. Can't go wrong with that. Humidity also, by the way, while the humidity is going to come up a couple of ticks on Wednesday as our next front approaches us, we're really looking at a nice scenario. So let's put this together, okay? Here we are today, nice and comfy weather. For tomorrow, we're going to start to get into some warmer air out ahead of our next cold front. But once that cold front pushes through, cooler, dry, beautiful air moves in for our Thursday and for our Friday. Really and truly, these next couple of days are looking great. So let's detail this a bit in our 7-day forecast, only looking at a couple of showers for your Wednesday. But notice, while today we're into the lower 80s, tomorrow mid-80s, and then for our Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those temperatures do take a bit of a tumble. It's not going to be a massive tumble, but, they come back down just a little bit. So humidity's looking good. By the way, since the weekend is in the forecast and since I'm a Knight fan, there's the American Athletic Conference Championship game out at Tulane. Oh, we could have hosted the dang thing. But Navy showed up. Lord, was that a mess. Anyway, if you're heading out to New Orleans, lower 70s for kickoff, upper 60s through the game. Oh my God. If there was any way for me to go to this game, I would be going to this game. But I digress. And by the way, football fans, I read that some folks are joking about a rematch. I read this just this morning. UCF and UF in the Birmingham Bowl. That's assuming UCF does not win the conference championship. I personally would like UCF to win the conference championship and go to the Cotton Bowl, but that's just me. Anyway, I digress. Beverly says I'm in listening mode, so I hope you have a wonderful day. Be safe. You as well, Beverly. So anyway, college football. There's nothing like college football. There's nothing in the world like college football. Man. All right, let's take a wide perspective. There is something that I do want to mention, all right? So we've got kind of an interesting little weather pattern here. Storm system up around Kansas City. You can see some cold weather there. Front kind of starting to drift out from the Four Corners. That's going to collide with this warm, moist air, and we're already starting to see some showers developing across Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, kind of Texarkana area. Those showers are the start of what is going to be a very, very, very active afternoon, evening. All right, it's not often. It's been months and months and months, as a matter of fact, since the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 4 risk for strong to severe storms. And my sister station, WAPT in Jackson, Mississippi, is bullseye today. All right. We are expecting widespread strong to severe storms, and the concern isn't just the strong to severe storms there. It's the tornadoes, widespread tornadoes. I'm not going to lie. A young man that I mentee is chasing, and I'm a little leery. Kid's just starting his meteorology career, for goodness sake. I'm like, just be safe. But this is the kind of weather scenario that will get active. Okay. No, it does not involve us, thank goodness. As this line moves into our area, it gets much. We're only going with a 20% chance of rain by Wednesday once this gets to us. But the upper level dynamics are such that it is going to be a very active setup in that part of the country, especially this afternoon into this evening, sunset in particular. Okay. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Are you watching the volcano eruption in Hawaii? Debbie's asking. Will that affect the weather as we all rotate? I mean, sure. I'm watching it a little bit, not much. Rosebud, why a rematch? Did they end in a tie? UCF and UF did not end in a tie. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Do we need to worry about this severe for us? No, Courtney. Thankfully for us, Futurecast paints a few showers. But let's do this. Let me dial up the long-range Futurecast, because I think it's a wide enough shot. Yeah. All right. So there's overnight tonight into tomorrow. And watch how by tomorrow afternoon, it really loses its punch, you know? Let me back it up again just to show you. There's just not much there. As it works toward us, it really weakens. It really weakens by the time it gets to Central Florida. So good for us, but in the meantime, not good for our friends up to the north. That's going to be frightening for some folks, just to be honest with you. It's not a good one. So make sure everybody knows if you've got friends or family up there. All right? Jeannie's asking, what was that movie with Storm Chasers? Helen Hunt. Oh, that was Twister. Yeah. Did I read they're making a Twister 2? Does my memory serve? So let's look at the different parameters for severe weather up there today, all right? Give me one moment. I'm going to do some work on the fly here. Stand by. All right. Let's start by looking at the wind threats, all right? Kind of a mid-range wind threat today, so there's that. Let's look at the tornado threat for today. All the maps are always on Central Florida, so I just have to move them. You can see the tornado threat is not only widespread, but it's hatched. Now, the hatched or the lines mean, like, gotta watch that area, people. So, yeah, tornadoes absolutely are going to be a threat. So, we can watch our sister station, WAPT. Of course, I don't have this all set, but we can do this real fast on the fly. Stand by. If I do this and I go to WAPT.com, all right. And if I hit weather, all right, let's listen to their meteorologist talk about weather. Let me just get this dialed up. Stand by.
Brick and mortar location. Joe knows roofing. Are they? GAF Master Elite certified.
Hi, I'm Joe, and I know roofing. If you want the best roof for your home, call us today.
Well, it's the calm before the storm as temperatures warm on up today. Moisture is going to increase, as well as that instability and the energy needed for some of these thunderstorms to have their oomph of strong to severe weather later on today. We'll get to those details coming up in just a minute. Right now, outside, we have temperatures sitting in the 40s and 50s.
All right, so what we're doing is we're watching WAPT's broadcast from this morning. I just want to hear what the local meteorologist has to say about the severe weather setup that's playing out. So, and I get to criticize and critique their graphics, which is always fun. This is one of our sister stations.
and this evening. Area of low pressure, that's going to be situating itself off towards the Great Lakes later today. That's going to be associated with the cold front that heads our way later on this evening. Ahead of it, lots of instability and availability to allow these thunderstorms to become strong to severe that we are going to see later on today and into the evening hours. Here's what it looks like dew point wise right now. Again, very comfortable across much of the southeast, but we're starting to get that tropical moisture coming on in. Dew points in Dallas, New Orleans, and Houston, all in the 60s and 70s. That's heading our way later on today. Typically, whenever we think of fall or we think of winter, we have dry, arid conditions out there. Not the case whatsoever for today. We have that moisture present across much of the southeast, but also when it comes to our severe weather setup, we look at multiple things. We look at thunderstorm energy. We look at wind energy, which is that brown contour you see on your screen. And then we also look at lift energy. What is the possibility of some of these thunderstorms that could possibly rotate and produce enough lift to allow that thunderstorm to become tornadic? And it does look like, again, we have the capability of those strong to severe thunderstorms, some of which capable of producing tornadoes, and some of those tornadoes possibly being strong side, which is an EF2 or greater, being on the ground for a prolonged period of time. Again, everybody has a chance of seeing severe weather today, but that doesn't necessarily mean everybody will see severe weather. This is one of several guidances that we are monitoring, but a lot of our guidances are starting to overlap, meaning our wind energy, our storm energy, and our lift energy all starting to consolidate on top of each other. Now, one of the main areas of concern that I'm looking at really right now is the fact that a lot of this is going to be moving through after sunset and into the overnight hours. So many people are going to be sleeping during this time. You need to have ways of getting alerts that will wake you up in case there's a warning issued for your area. Will not be shocked if a tornado watch is going to be issued later on today either. So we'll keep track of that. As we go through the later part of the morning, there is going to be the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms. I'm not expecting this to be severe.
Just want to make sure while we continue to watch, you understand this is not local. This is a broadcast from Jackson, Mississippi, but local broadcasters always give the best perspective. So let's take a listen again.
Counties as well. This is going to slide through around 3 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that line starts to develop and make its way into the metro closer to midnight. Typically, we see these storms start to weaken as they lose its daytime heating and its energy. However, notice that lightning really abundant across these thunderstorms. So we are still looking at the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms with damaging winds as well as tornadoes even into the evening and early overnight hours. Again, all of central Mississippi has the capability of producing, seeing severe storms today, but not everybody will see a severe storm. That just means everybody needs to be weather aware today. After this system moves on in, we will start to see some clearing go.
Okay, so there's that. Do those graphics look familiar? All right, so once more, level 4 risk for strong to severe storms in central Mississippi, particularly. That's our sister station, WAPT. And I could tell you that the folks there will be tracking it. And if it happens early enough where I'm awake, I'll try and stream some of their coverage because there's nothing like watching weather coverage from local broadcasters. All right, so that's that. Definitely going to be watching that threat there. Widespread strong to severe storms. Thankfully, though, as that line moves our direction, a very different story. It is just a nice, quiet scenario for us today. With high temperatures in the lower range of the 80s, we do again, and I'll mention that, we do have the showers in the forecast for tomorrow, the remnants of that frontal boundary, and really and truly looking great into the weekend. Any questions, comments, concerns? Mickey's asking about photographs. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff on those maps, but there's a lot of weather to track, so yeah. Susie says she's good, no hype. Yeah, she's good. She's good. Guidance, not gospel. You know it. Yeah, lots of colors on that map. Chris says that graphic looks familiar. Yeah, do the graphics look familiar, right? Huh? Hey, tis what it is. I thought she did a great job. Yeah, Chris, I agree. She did a great job. I thought she did a great job. It's a dynamic weather scenario. So at the end of the day, just trying to get that story told. So for them, the risk of strong to severe storms is there. Once again, my friends, I'll show you that area centralized on where she was located in Jackson, Mississippi there. Widespread strong to severe storms, but the decent threat goes all the way up to Memphis and all the way south, essentially, to New Orleans. So if you've got friends or family anywhere in that area, make sure that they are weather aware. Mickey over on YouTube's asking, you got the LRC dialed in yet for this next cycle? Pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. Yeah, this is the time where you're just kind of trying to dial into it. I always say that like mid-December, you got it. Right now, you think you got it, but you gotta make sure that the pieces all line up correctly. So for now, it's just a matter of trying to find those links. But by mid-December, you pretty much got it. Yeah. So yeah. All right. That's what I got. Brian says that she's a little bit cuter than Eric. Listen, I can appreciate that. Such is life. Taylor says, kind of like getting hurt in a hospital. You're already in the best place. So being a meteorologist, but in the middle of the storm is the best place. It's true. It's true. Beverly, the graphics guy, did great. I pushed those graphics to them a couple of years ago. Those were all clean graphics. Now, they've had some doozies that are not clean, and we've had to, do that. But none showed up there, so we're good. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? We've got a little race coming up this weekend, friends. There's the half marathon, the OUC half marathon in the metro. Oh, it looks great with temperatures in the 60s. Janice says, I'm cute too. Thank you, my love. I appreciate it. Chris says, gotta leave for Merritt Island Tesla. Be good. Why are you driving to Merritt Island? I have to have them look at my car as well. Jeannie, are there more men or women meteorologists? I would think that there's more men, but I would also add that that there are more and more women coming into the field every day, and I think that there are more men for no other reason than it's just what it is. I don't think that there. I would venture to guess that as women continue to come more and more into the field, it will be more and more women, and that's great. I'm all about just everybody being a nerd. What's already wrong with my car? There's like a panel on the passenger chair that's loose. It's probably just a matter of somebody needs to punch it, but I've tried to punch it and have had no success. So anyway, yeah. All right. Eric, good morning again. Eric, have you seen the severe weather setup in Mississippi? We literally just streamed our sister station, WAPT, for just a little bit. So if you're interested in how they're covering it, WAPT.com is the website. That is our sister station there in Jackson, Mississippi. You're fixing things on your 7-seater, but you're going to Merritt Island for it? Huh. Are you going to be watching the launch from a van? From a van, your house? What? I'm going to be sleeping, I think, for the rocket launch. Yeah. Susie, be good. Travel safe. Be good. Any questions, comments, concerns? Boy, this train hasn't come off the tracks today, huh? Interesting. I guess it's because we have some decent severe weather threat. Yeah. I guess that's where we're at. I got to fix that chair, though. All right. Let's see. Any good temperature swings here? Let's refresh this and just look. All right. So we've got 70s, 80s, 70s, 80s, and then a little drop there. That 73 is December 9th. And then the models are saying that it's going to be getting cooler around the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. You see that highs in the 60s? Those are models. Guidance, not gospel, but it's something. It's something. First day in a while, Taylor says, right? I guess that's why we haven't let the train come off the tracks. Indeed, Jeannie. Indeed. Prayers for all of our friends there in the threat for severe weather today. Bad connection on YouTube. I'm looking to go into meteorology. What are some of the best schools you recommend? FSU has a great program, which pains me to say. I believe FIU has a good program over along, not FIU, the one in Brevard. I always mess it up. Riddle has a good program. Yeah, there's some good programs around. I need to make breakfast and coffee. This kid, I get it, Taylor. This kid has been hell on wheels. Listen, I've got 2 of those. I know all about it. Yeah. All right. So that's the deal. I am doing today the noon and 4 broadcasts, which means we get to hang out on TV for noon and 4. It also means that we will do our after FIT in Melbourne. That's the one. Thank you. Is that what I said, Jan? I can't even remember. So 3:30 today from the Weather Center. We'll do the afternoon coffee talk update. And I'll see you for noon and 4 on TV. Does that work? Does that work for everybody? We'll powwow again. We'll update things in the severe weather realm. Yeah? She's my third, 11 months old, walking. She has learned to climb everything. Yeah. I did 2 and done. 2 and through, so to speak. All right, people. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you today on TV for noon and 4. All right? Bye, y'all.